Hey guys, Troy here with Cape Ann Conversations, and today I've got an adventure for you. I've got the Schooner Adventure for you with Emily Pierce, the executive director. I think is your
correct.
technical
Yeah.
title. Very good. Well, Emily, say hi to everybody and give us a little history to the schooner.
Sure. Hello, everyone. I'm Emily Pierce. As Troy mentioned, I'm the new executive director of Schooner Adventure. I started in January, so, boots on the ground, we're going, and it's very exciting. Adventure is the flagship of Gloucester, which is very exciting for us. The keel was laid in 1926 in Essex at the John F. James and Sons shipyard, and out of Essex, she was brought to Gloucester, where she was a dory fishing schooner, and probably historically the best fishing schooner. And I'm panicking, and it's happening, and here we are. That's cool.
When it was made in 1926,
Yeah.
as a fishing schooner, do you know how long it ran, like in operations?
Oh, I sure do. So I should say it was designed by Thomas McManus, who is like the guy. The name McManus is all over Cape Ann, so you should be familiar. She sailed as a dory fishing schooner until 1953, when she was retired into a windjamming vessel. And so she sailed for tourists up in Maine until 1988, when she came back to Gloucester.
Okay. So windjamming is just like, we're just hanging out, we're just riding around.
Yeah, and schooners are built for speed, right? So it's a lot of fun to go as a tourist vessel, and that was true back in the 50s, 60s, 70s, and it's true today.
Give us some stats here. So we're 122 feet?
Yeah.
Wooden?
Yep.
Which is a nightmare for trying to maintain a wooden boat.
That's true, yes. I love to say lovingly, wooden ships are trying so hard to die, so it's up to us to preserve them, keep them active. And when you have a vessel like Adventure, who next year is turning 100 years old, which is very exciting, you have to be very thoughtful and methodical in how you preserve it, what projects you choose to do, when you choose to do them. Right now, we're working over at Gloucester Marine Railway with this unbelievable team of shipwrights called Atlantic Traditional Boat. Shout out Garrett, they're amazing. And we're working on replanking our transom, which for boat people is very exciting. For non-boat people, just we're putting different planks on part of the vessel to keep it safe and beautiful and seaworthy, and we're really excited.
How many sails on this boat?
Each summer?
Like actual canvas.
Oh, so we have two masts. It's a gaff rig schooner, which basically, if you're not a boat person, again, it means the sails are not square, but they have 4 points of contact. So we have a mainsail and a foresail. And you can't say mainsail and foresail. You have to say mainsail and foresail. Yeah, it used to have topsails, again, topsails as well, but we removed those for the safety of crew and passengers a few years back. Yeah.
Like why? What's the difference?
It has to do with wind velocity and how fast you can go. It has to do with safety of the crew, because they have to climb up and furl those or fold them up so that you're not gaining as much wind, you're not going as fast as possible. And it's not something we needed in our current state as a historic schooner.
Yeah.
Back in the day when they were doing dory fishing, it was helpful, but we don't need that right now.
Okay. So you take it, or I guess Gloucester takes it in 1988?
Yeah. So this, mythic, legendary captain, Jim Sharp, was the last private owner of Adventure, and he owned it up in Maine. He was doing the windjamming. And then in 1988, he gifted it to the city of Gloucester. So there are some unbelievable video clips of her sailing back into the harbor, and there's so much fanfare and joy in her return. She was painted white, which is not historically what she would have been as a fishing vessel. So now if you go down, you see she's got black paint. But it's so spectacular, and you can really feel the ethos of how beloved she is, both in Maine and, more importantly, in Cape Ann.
And from 1988, it wasn't until 2015 that you turned it into sort of the organization that it is today, because it's a not-for-profit organization.
That is true. So bear with me.
You're good.
The Gloucester Adventure Incorporated is the 501c3 that stewards the Schooner Adventure, and nomenclature is important. So those are two separate things. The Gloucester Adventure Incorporated was founded in 1988 by this unbelievable ragtag, get it together, we're going to make this vessel sail again group of people who worked so hard and passionately to scratch and claw this vessel into a state of Coast Guard certified safety so that beginning in 2015 and to this day, we can take passengers out for sail. We can really celebrate what the vessel was, really the heritage of Gloucester and Gloucester fishermen, and just bring some moments of joy to the community, which is, the goal. That's awesome.
Yeah. And so you've been, or the schooner, if I use the right nomenclature,
Right.
has been sailing in the public since 2015.
Correct.
So this is for the local Gloucester people and the local Cape Ann people listening to this. This is that old wooden ship that's been going around the harbor that you're like, oh my God, look at that old wooden ship when you're
That's
at Stage
Adventure.
4 Park, like looking down over the harbor. And this is it. It stays right now in Harbor Loop, right?
That's correct. Yep. We're at Harbor Loop. We are at the Harriet Webster Pier, right by Maritime Gloucester. If you come down to the Maritime Gloucester Pier, you will see us. You'll see some of our other schooner friends, which Maritime Heritage Charters. And word on the street, the schooners are friends. We like each other. It's a good thing. We all have a slightly different mission, and that's really awesome, so we can support one another. But yeah, it's very visible. It's hard to miss Adventure.
Yeah. Are you the biggest schooner?
We are in town.
Wow, that's a cool stat
Yeah,
to have.
it's not bad. When Schooner Fest happens later in the summer, we'll have some friends from, around the U.S. and really including Canada. Blue Nose comes down. Then we are no longer the biggest schooner in town. But until then, it's a good title. We're the hometown hero. It's nice.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, so today your main activity is sailing people. It's going out on an adventure.
Yeah.
And you do it in kind of a public and a private way. So
Yeah.
tell everybody how they can, go on an adventure with you.
Sure. So there are really right now 3 different mechanisms to do this. The first is public sail. If you go on our website, which is schooneradventure.org, very easy to remember, you can see our calendar available for public sails. And mostly these are $60 tickets, $45 for members if you want to join, to just go out for about 3 hours. And depending on the wind and the weather, which is the only downside of being, a sailboat, we cruise and we go have fun and we talk about the history of the vessel and the dedication that these unbelievably hardworking fishermen had and the fishermen's families that are, risking the lives of your fishermen to economically support not just the family, but the whole of the United States, which is, again, incredible. So we'll talk about that. We'll talk about some of the scientific concepts behind sailing, like buoyancy and wind velocity and stuff like that. But also, we're just out there to have a good time. So that's a public sail. We also do private charters, which is an opportunity for people to rent out the boat. I like to compare it to in a museum, you can rent out a gallery space for a celebration or a wedding or events like that. We do offer that. You can have 60 people on at a time. So,
60 people's a lot of people.
yeah, it's not a small party.
I don't even think I like 60 people.
We should talk about that after this. Yeah. But again, it's usually about 3 hours. It's a hoot and a half. During those spaces, we tend not to offer some of the narrative histories unless people ask. Our crew is incredible. We have incredible docents. We have incredible volunteers. So if people want to know, if you find someone in an adventure shirt and ask them, boy, will you get a story. And then the third is really a program we're hoping to grow. It's called the Fair Winds Initiative. It's relatively new. And basically, the point of it is to get people who otherwise wouldn't be able to experience sail on a schooner out onto the boat. And typically, for the past few years, that functions as either organizations with clientele that wouldn't be able to experience this, or organizations with staff who just need to have a little bit of fun. While we are a nonprofit, we aren't able to offer, food and shelter and those basic needs, but we can offer a space of peace and joy and just some of the silliness we need to make life a little bit more fun,
Yeah.
frankly. So those are really the three things we're looking to grow. We do offer educational sales, though those are a slightly different experience because it's usually with school groups or independent clubs who are looking to learn something specific to either dory fishing adventure or maritime history.
Yeah. So if you go on a public charter, is this like a BYOB event, or is this like a no food, no drink? We got to just keep it above board.
Great question. So we have like water and soft drinks available on board. For public sales, we don't typically offer alcoholic shenanigans. For charters, you can either have the sale catered or you can work with us to provide libations, let's say.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's fun.
Are you getting creative for a public sale?
Well, I was thinking either way, right?
Yeah.
It's like, how do you? It's 2.5 hours, 3 hours. You know, it's like, how do you go out? Is this like, I'm imagining a public sale, Friday night,
Yeah.
sunset.
Yep.
Bring maybe a box of wine, you know, with a small group and hang out.
Yeah.
You know, maybe that's not the public sale. Maybe that's the private, and you get a slightly bigger group together.
Yeah.
And that's okay too.
We also, I'm being a little facetious in just saying we offer 3 sales. There are other types, like we have a fireworks sale. Fingers crossed for that. Support the fundraisers. I want fireworks this year.
Yeah,
so
that'll be a big one.
That's a slightly different experience. We do sales during Schooner Fest. That's a slightly different experience. And we offer some not quite charters, not quite public sales. Like we're doing an oyster sale where we're working with a local oyster, I want to say estuary, that's the wrong word, upweller, to talk about the ecological health of oysters in the North Shore.
Nice.
Also partaking of some oysters and libations while we sail. So there are
It's a great
other,
partnership.
There are some in-between options as well. But it's, go to the website, go to schooneradventure.org, and you can read all about them.
Yeah. What is it like? What does the summer look like? Are there like
Chaos.
Are there weekends still available if somebody
There
wanted?
are, yes. So again, I'm going to keep plugging the website. Look at the calendar. There are options to charter. There are options for public sales. And we're going to keep offering programmatic things. Some of them will be under sale. Some of them will be while we're docked. Some of them won't be on the vessel. And it's sort of an opportunity for us to experiment a little bit. I'm new to the organization. I started in January. And we're going to try some stuff. Some of it's not going to work, and that's okay. We just had a great event with Cape Ann Lanes, shout out Cape Ann Lanes, doing candlepin bowling, and it was so fun. We are really bad as an organization at bowling, but boy, do we have enthusiasm. So there will be more things like that for our friends who are really interested in adventures history, but maybe get seasick, or who have small children and are a little bit nervous about going under sail fully, which I totally support. Come, we'll do a dockside tour. So keep your eyes peeled on the social media for adventure, on the website. We're going to try some stuff so that next year for our 100-year anniversary.
Wow, what a big year.
I know. We'll have, we're going ham. We're going ham. We're going to have lots of events. We're going to have lots of opportunities, both to fundraise and to just have some fun and celebrate this history.
So I would imagine the website plug is good, because if you tried to do Friday nights every single week for a public sale, somebody may do a private charter. So it's like,
That's true.
That's why you people have to go to the website and check, because there's stuff moving and shaking here.
Yeah.
So I totally get that. You are a not-for-profit, though. I'm
That's
assuming
true.
the majority of your sort of income for the not-for-profit runs from the sales, but there are other ways people can support you. You're talking about raising money at Cape Ann Lanes.
Yes.
You can technically be a member,
Oh, not technically. You can be a member.
which it saves you for all of your public schooner
It
rides.
sure does. It gets you some discounts on our merch, which is not too shabby. Oh, I have. I should have started with this. But,
Oh my
that's
gosh,
the hat,
yes. You haven't
right?
been wearing the hat the whole
I
time?
know. Well, I didn't think of that. We have great merch. Membership gets you discount. It will give you access to some exclusive events, but there are levels to that. So if I know money's tight, especially for everyone right now. If you're really passionate about maritime history or schooner adventure or schooners, wooden ships, whatever, and you want to contribute something, but you can't hit a particular number, that's okay. Every little bit helps. And membership is designed to support that. So there are different levels. We have our like pie in the sky patron level, which is called the Captain Circle, which I welcome anyone who is able and willing. Come on and join us. But membership exists on a spectrum, on a myriad of levels, and we welcome whatever people are able to do. In addition to that, we take good old-fashioned donations. We do sell our merchandise, as I mentioned. Shout out to the hats. They look great. And then we have several events throughout the year, like the bowling event, where we do strategic fundraising. If I can plug, our bigwig fancy schmancy gala is next Thursday at Cruiseport. There are a couple tickets left, so again, hit the website if that's of interest to you. Troy, I can sneak you in if you want to come.
I know, I might have to go.
You
to
totally
this.
can,
Dang.
yes. So we do some events like that throughout the year. Some are more formal, some are less formal, but they're all with adventure at the heart of the mission. And
what about
yeah.
like people that are interested in maybe working for you or volunteering?
Oh, I'm so glad you asked. Our volunteers are the core of this organization. And I mentioned when the Gloucester Adventure Incorporated was founded, like it really was the volunteers that got Adventure seaworthy, that got her safe, that got her notoriety, and that continues to this day. We have this unbelievable core of volunteers, and it's mostly split into two factions. It's slightly more than that, but Faction 1 would be people who are working on the ship, and that's manual labor. That's scraping paint. That's painting. That's doing blocks. That's working on the rope. We have additionally volunteers who help on my side of things in the office with, stuffing envelopes, doing some educational program developing. And part of that, we have unbelievable docents and educators who are volunteers, and we're so grateful for their skills, their expertise, and their dedication to adventure and Gloucester Marine heritage. It's really beautiful, and it's a large reason why I joined the organization. You can feel it. You can feel how passionate and dedicated this group of volunteers are. So if that's you, again, go on our website. There's a space to apply to be a volunteer. And honestly, you have to have like a huge red flag for us not to accept you. There's a place for everyone. There's a space for everyone to be involved, because this is Gloucester's boat, right? This is our boat as a community, and it's up to all of us to steward it and to take care of it and give back however we can. But also, what an honor. It's
right,
totally
exactly.
cool. Yeah.
I'm sure. And not every job has to be sailing. You don't have to have this like you were saying. You don't have to be on the ship on your Friday night sailing with it.
Yeah.
But you probably could if you had all that experience and you loved it.
Yeah.
So
there's definitely a space. We do have a paid crew in the summer who are also incredible. I keep talking about how incredible the people are. Come meet them, because they're so wonderful and they're
just
around.
come on a sail.
We have a 10-person crew, and that includes volunteers who help us sail as well. But yeah, if you're interested, please reach out to me. Come on the website. It's
All right, give us the shameless plugs again. What's the website?
Okay, so it's
easy.
schooneradventure.org.
There you go.
Easy peasy.
Or if you're in Gloucester, roaming around, go through the harbor loop.
Yep.
And it's literally going to be parked there. It's not parked there today.
It's not, no.
Today is May 7th.
Right. We're still up on the rails at Gloucester Marine Railway.
When do we think it's back in the water?
Memorial Day weekend.
Perfect.
Yeah, and that's partly because we have to wait for a certain tide. She's a big ship. But we'll be back. We'll be back at Harbor Loop soon, by the end of the month.
Okay.
Yeah.
So perfect.
Come
By the time
visit.
this goes live,
Yeah.
it'll be in the water, people. So go down to Harbor Loop, check it out.
Yeah.
Book your adventure.
Yeah. I love that.
And go to the website.
Yeah. Yeah, we're there. And if you have specific questions, feel free to email us at info@schooner-adventure.org, and we'll get back to you.
I'm imagining you're like all over those. Like that's coming to you.
Yeah.
You're answering emails.
It's not just me. I have an unbelievable staff that I work with, and I'm shout out to the staff of Adventure. I'm so grateful for them. They're really, again, talking about the volunteers, the staff are so dedicated. I've never met a group of people who give more of themselves to their work. And it's because they believe in this mission. They believe in celebrating the history of Gloucester and doing so in a way that supports the community as it is today. And I'm so proud to be working with them.
Look at you. You're going to have a long history of running this ship.
I intend to. Yeah. We're going to make some waves, quite literally.
Look at us with our puns.
I know, it's good.
Emily, thank you for coming on.
Yeah.
I appreciate your time, and we'll see you out there on the water.
Hey, thanks so much for having me.
Thanks.
Yeah.